Okay. Wow. Breaking news. We got everything that we wanted out of this, man. I am so excited about all these matchups that are getting ready to take place. But something that broke news yesterday. Did you hear? Did you hear about JQ from Jellyfan returning to the scene? Did you hear about it? Well, now you know. So today we're going to cover a lot of different things. We're going to talk about a little bit about matchups, um, mainly the main events, right? So we got Nas and Briscoe, we got Scoob and Nitty, we got JQ and Lamar Peters now. Something we're gonna break down. So let's get right into it. JQ versus Lamar. So what do we know? We know JQ is just such a fun player in terms of the way that he finishes layups. He was one of the most popular players. If to me, he was the most popular because I just love watching him play. He was a fan of me. I was a fan of him. We got a chance to work out together, get in the gym, and that was always something that was exciting. So we're gonna like take a look at some of the footage and just let's just see what he actually does. Right? Are we worried about his creativity? Not so much, in my opinion. I'm one that has gotten a chance to stand in front of him just for like one-on-one reps, like guarding him, just in a workout, just to kind of see. Like we didn't actually play a full one-on-one. He's good. He's very good. Now, the big question is defensively, how's he gonna guard? Is he we haven't seen JQ in a while. A lot of people are talking about he retired. Is he still retired? So, or of course he's not still retired. So now he's kind of back on the scene, getting back acclimated with things. And what better way to jump in to the pay-per-view process, right? I've been seeing a lot of people call it paper, PAPER. Stop saying that. It's pay per view. And this is one of the best scenes, best cards that I've actually been a part of. Let's take a look at this clip right here. This is the guy guarding with somebody I want to see in on the scene. That was 4 dribbles. You're allowed to do that now. We're not playing three right now. So uh JQ, from what I know, he's a great finisher. I don't know how he's going to deal with contact on this scene, but he was one of the people that taught me how to play through contact like his way, right? On drives, he was like throwing his head back when people were putting pressure on, like drawing the foul. See the creativity right there. And he would basically push you off as you're pushing him off as he's selling the foul. So it was kind of interesting, kind of seeing where he's gone since then. So, now he's playing against a Lamar Peters. Is he going to be able, one, to be able to stop him, right? Because Lamar is very, very strong. Is he going to be able to stop him? One. Two, is he going to be able to jab and knock these shots down? These are all questions that I do not know. And so we will see. Only one way to find out. And I think that the way that we're doing this right now, is the best way to kind of get him going. Yeah, he hasn't played any games, but he's known and is going to blow up the space. Everybody had a really good reaction to him pulling up on the scene, which I was super hyped about. And so we're just going to have to see how this looks. And hopefully, this is just the first of many. Hopefully, he could be in the space. Now, we're going to move on to the other side with Lamar. Lamar is a beast. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a chance to get out, and let me tell you something. I've been making a documentary on all these guys, so I'm gonna spill some tea later on after we talk about all this stuff. But um, we're gonna have some conversations about some stuff that's been happening behind the scenes that I think that you guys 100% should know about. I'm trying to get the chat up in here. Let me see how I get the chat so I can actually see because I'm not seeing it in the comments. I need to see the comments. I know a lot of people. Y'all can hit me up and let me know in the chat. All right, now Lamar, he is scary when he gets going. He scores in bunches. He gets a lot of 3 pointers. His left to right crossover is what you got to watch out for. His hezzy going to his right, something also that you got to watch out for. His step back. But most importantly, like this guy likes to actually play defense is something that I'm mainly excited to see him do. Like he loves playing defense. And the reason why is because how is JQ going to respond to that? Is he built for the scene? There's only one way to find out when these guys match up. So um, I think that I went to see Lamar out in Louisiana. I actually went out to him. He looks more than ready to me. And I'm dead serious. He's shooting from the parking lot. He's knocking down shot. His handle and his condition, and more importantly, looks like it's starting to get there. And the thing about, I tell everybody, he came on and got his butt whooped. And not really, I don't want to say he got whooped, but he got beat in a bad way. And something that he covered with me, and you'll see soon, he felt like he kind of let the city down, right? Louisiana was watching that. They were watching it in bars and restaurants. He's that big in that city. It was kind of cool to just connect with him and see how people view him. Now, he feels like he let his city down and he's hungry more than ever, but I love it that his energy ain't changed. So let me know who y'all got in this Lamar and this JQ conversation right here, because I'm interested in seeing what the people think. Is this a good matchup? I know a lot of people online were excited about that, but what do you guys think? Somebody said 30-9, which is nuts. And we're going to touch on some other things that I just feel like need to be talked about. Now, moving on, the second matchup that I'm most excited about, I don't even know what I'm mostly excited about. It's just too many good matchups. But we got Scoob and Nitty. Now, this is something I've been waiting to talk about. Scoob and Nitty happened, and mainly because I was gassing it. I'm gassing this matchup because of what happened in Detroit. I told Davo, you got to get this footage out before this pay-per-view happens. It's got to get out to the public, and the main reason, because they got into it, and this wasn't even the first time. I started looking back at some other videos, not the first time that it's happened. So with saying that, with knowing what I saw, I went up to Davo. I'm like, hey, look, they got to play against each other, because what it was supposed to be was Nitty versus Lamar, which I also thought would have been good. But wait till y'all see the footage of when they act, because they get to match up 2-on-2. Scoob, or hold on. Let's see. It was Scoob and Bruce was on twos. Nitty and Nas, Lamar and Zay. Tough squads, right? So we're gonna cover that pretty soon once the footage comes out. But let's go over Nitty. Now, Nitty defensively is a nightmare. Like, he actually loves to guard. He loves to sit down in front of you. He loves to play defense, and he will challenge everything that you do. It's going to make it tough for School because he's got the height advantage over School. And he's able to, one-on-one, you're able to be a little bit more physical. So Nitty's advantages, in my opinion, are going to be if he gets stops. That's what the game is about, getting stops so that you're able to get up shots. Now, in this matchup, from what I heard with him and Bino, because this is one of the first times a lot of people saw him playing one-on-one. Bino beat him, I think, after Nitty beat him. I don't know if I should be talking about that, but it came down to a point differential, which gave the advantage to School. To Nitty. So, that's kind of interesting knowing some of the stuff that I know. But you got to get reps. I've seen Nitty play against Hezzy guy, beat him. So this will be a good matchup. Now, in terms of his offense, the key question is he going to make shots? Is he going to make shots? Something that makes Nitty unstoppable is the fact that when he starts posting you up and getting those easy buckets, he always says, I don't even feel like playing like that. But he does. And when he does, it's a wrap. You can't do that in 4 dribbles, right? In a one-on-one. So let's see how that, connects to this actual one-on-one, because he has to be able to make shot. But Scoob knows to take away the 3. Now, here's my problem. I'm going to put it out there with Nitty. I'm talking to Frank Nitty right now. You're too much of a legend, in my opinion. You're a legend in the Drew League. You're a legend low-key on YouTube. You've carried Baller's Life in the 5-on-5s. So when I see some of the comments that you're leaving, or some of the stuff that you're telling me, I don't like it. And let me explain it before it seems like I'm getting out of pocket. Because it's great for the scene when you're showing who you are and really getting busy and locking up and giving people buckets. It provides good content, when you're talking trash. And I think that this is the new battle rap. But when you go and you're like, hey, I don't really need this, I can do all this other stuff, or this is one thing I will never take away from Frank Nitty is he plays harder than anybody on the scene, and I stand on that. But one-on-one, you are really good. Don't let nobody, I don't want nobody to get this stuff twisted. Frank Nitty is good one-on-one. And I've heard it from a lot of people. So go out and show who you are, right? Instead of like, there's no built-in excuses. There's nothing. All it is smoke. So come out and show who you are. Every time you step out, you give it everything you have. But I'm gonna let the story tell itself because Scoob had a little bit to say about that, and it's gonna start unfolding pretty soon as you guys see the video. But I'm excited to see Frank Nitty on the court because he's really good. Now, Scoob, on the other hand, let's go over Scoob. I had a chance to watch Scoob in person. This is him at my gym. He is unbelievable to watch in person, bro. Like when people start talking, he actually gets better and starts playing better. And he needs you to get him going, like before he really starts cooking. And it's not saying that he needs it because he can still cook without it. He had our gym so quiet because the first 2 games in this tournament, the second that everybody started talking, he started winning because everybody went up on him. Everybody who was playing him, DJ, Dom, when he was up at halftime, going to halftime, Dom was up. By the time he was playing Germ in the championship, everybody was quiet. You could hear a mouse peeing on cotton. And it's because don't get this guy going. That's a nice advantage to have. Now, I will say this. You can't let Frank get hot if you're Scoob. But Scoob understands how this game goes. So it'll be a great matchup. Let me know your thoughts, your comments on this. Who's going to win this game? I think it's just such a wild card because you just don't know. You know Frank for the live dribble and really getting busy because he got live dribble. We don't know him as a shooter, which is something that you're going to need to have when you play in these type of games, right? So anyways, with that said, let me know in the comments, the live chat. I see a lot of people in here. I want to know who y'all got. Now, let's move on to Briscoe versus Nas. Now, before I give y'all the inside scoop on a lot of this stuff, I just want to go over Briscoe. So here's what we know about Briscoe. Let's go over some of the footage, and you guys can watch this stuff on your own. Briscoe is very creative off the dribble. Very creative off the dribble. There's some things that I'm getting ready to share that kind of concern me. But he's such a good player. And in this video, the jab jumper, the open shots, he's knocking them down. Now, this is granted, this is a while ago, but he's knocking down shots. The ball's spinning perfectly. It's going straight through. Ain't nothing rimming or toilet bowling. Now, what you want to pay attention to is how people are playing defense in these clips. Are they just giving him the shot? Yes. On the scene, do they just give you shots? No. How is Nas going to guard? He's going to be up in his jersey. No room to breathe. Now, what's going to happen? I don't have no question of can Briscoe score on Nas. There's no question that he can score on Nas. I've seen plenty of people do it. The problem is, can he outlast? Because one, you can't let Nas get going because it doesn't matter who's in front of him. I didn't see him against some really good players. I've guarded players that I've played against Frigga. And I think the Frigga that I played against is better one-on-one than some NBA players. I really, truly believe that. And I've seen it. Now, with that said, because remember, 5-on-5 and 1-on-1. That's something else that I want to cover. 5-on-5 is not 1-on-1. Excuse me. So we're saying that Nas, y'all saw what Nas did to Frigga. Now, it's not going to bother him playing against a Briscoe. So it's just interesting that we just don't know what's going to happen. But the greatest thing about what's happening here right now, today, with these matchups, we have 2 hometown kids. What I would have loved to do is get Eli Scott, Briscoe, and JQ. But right now we got JQ and Briscoe, and they're playing in Jersey, really New York, but it's down the street. It's a home game for them. So anyways, you guys can go ahead and watch this and tell me what you guys actually think based on the footage. Let's move on to the other side of the thing with Nas. Nas, offensively and defensively, one, I had a chance to talk to Nas. He prides himself by getting stopped. This game is about getting stopped. You know what the best thing about this space is? We get the stuff that the NBA does not give you, right? I'm watching Lamar Peters. Some of y'all saw the video of Lamar Peters versus Tremont, and he made that viral clip. That was Lamar Peters making that clip on Tremont. Now, I'm using it as a point. This is when they used to guard each other and they used to hoop against each other, right? And you used to take on your matchup. That doesn't happen in today's NBA. Nas loves taking on his matchup, right? So he loves guarding, and his thing is if I get more stops, I get more chances to get in rhythm. And once I get in rhythm, he's not going to get the ball again, or not as much as he wants. And we all know that he plays super physical and super aggressive. So, anyways, Matt, if you could do me a favor, I want you to get all the matchups on the screen as much as you can, or you could just go through them individually. I want you guys to set the order of what's going to happen, right? So who's going to play first, who's going to play last. This is a matchup, Dom versus Darnell. I think that's going to be a good matchup. We got Lamar, JQ, we got Ty and Nesco. We're going to cover this matchup on a later date. Then we got Frank Nitty and School. And then we also have Briscoe. And I think that's all. We might be adding some more. We might not. There are some players that are coming to the scene that I can't wait for y'all to see. And I can't wait to talk about. Y'all set the matchup schedule. Who plays first? Who plays last? We already know Nas and Briscoe are last. We're gonna say the main event for the main event. Let me know who y'all want to see. Let me know the order. Do we want to see Left Hand Don first? Y'all want to get straight to it? Y'all want to see JQ? If you're a promoter for the event, who do you want to see first? Somebody said Ness and Ty first or second. And all right, so you guys let me know. These are the 6 matchups that we have right now. Let me know in the comments, and we're going to pay attention to these, and we're going to get to it and give it to you how the people want it, right? All right, cool. Now, we got the order of the games out the way. Let's talk about other players coming to the scene. Think about listen, you guys, we almost had Trey Burke. We almost had Trey Burke and Lamar. I think he got called up. We tried. I think JQ is a pretty good fix for that. There's some twins coming to the scene. There's Melvin. I think his name is Melvin Frazier. I could be wrong about that. But I watched this guy. He's gonna he's gonna bring great energy. Isaiah Washington, Jelly Fam. There's some guys in Jelly Fam that I would love to see a part of this scene. And what I think that's gonna happen, I think that this is just the beginning. I think that this is the turning point. Show the title card again. Show all the matchups. This is the turning point for what's going to happen on the scene. Because a few of these matchups, based on how they go, it's going to get other people to want to come out even more. I promise you that. You know why? How I know? Because of what happened with Jake Paul and Nate Robinson. And we're not going to put that footage out there, but I just know that that's going to spark everybody to feel some type of way based on what happened. Take that how you may, but I know that people are contacting me right now and contacting ballers like really, really trying to get on. Now, moving on to our next topic, right? The inside scoop. Now, I'll go with Nas and Briscoe. The main thing that Briscoe feels like, and he says a lot of it in the live, I'm not going to spoil the whole video that's getting ready to come out because I'm making a documentary. I need you guys to know everybody's story. I went to New Jersey. I went to New York, and Briscoe's training. We got a chance to walk around. Had no clue what type of guy he was. Ended up being super chill. Just a great dude, like just super chill. But when it came to Nas, he wasn't trying to hear none of that. He actually didn't even want to talk about him. I'm getting ready to film. Like, I'm getting ready to go and like do some, like, has all these questions, right? Camera guy comes to me. He's like, hey, Briscoe don't want to mention Nas at all. I'm like, uh-oh. But I'm a great interviewer. I went to school for interviewing. So I got him. We went out and I got him to kind of start talking after we watched him work out. Long story short, this is what it is with Nas. He does not feel, put the title card with Nas and Briscoe. He doesn't feel like this should even be a thing. Like, he feels disrespected. His thing is like, I'm sick of this YouTube stuff where these YouTubers think they don't realize it's a level, right? And he just doesn't feel like he belongs in the same breath. But him calling himself the king of New Jersey, what Nas was saying, he don't like none of that stuff. You know, it kind of puts a cloud over to some of the stuff that he's done for the community, you know, being in a draft, being this, being that, making waves. And he feel like Nas is just trying to like disrespect. Nas, on the other hand, I call him the God of War. He's chasing the smoke. He's going. He feels like he feels like you come show me how good you are. I don't want to hear about none of all those highlights and let me see. He's just chasing after the guys, right? And trying to take them out one by one. And I respect both players' perspective. I think that is great. But make no mistake about it. Briscoe does not like Nas. He does not mess with him. He feels like he's fake. He saw him across the gym, and Nas kind of came up and acted like it was cool. And he walked away, and he went right on live. And bro, this is what he's telling me. So there's real smoke in the air. And Nas was like, all right, well, if you want that, then I'm gonna get that to you. Like, you want this rivalry? I don't like you either. So that's kind of what's going on with this situation. I'm just a fly on the wall, filming all this stuff, going from city to city. I hit 6 cities in 8 days. So I got a chance to see all these doors. So now, on the other hand, Frank and School. Now, we kind of touched on some of the points with Frank and School. Basically, I'm gonna give you, hey, look, I'm the king instigator. I'm Don King. So y'all can expect me and more of this instigating stuff to come out of me. But I'll never tell you nothing that's not true. Basically, what I heard from Dave, and I'll let Dave get on live because you know Dave from Off the Dribble going to tell you straight. Basically, Frank was like, yeah, I don't really need to play against Lamar. I got to get in shape. You know, Frank, he does other things. He's very talented. He models. He does this, does that. And he's doing very well for himself. So he's like, I don't really want to play Lamar. I got to get in shape to do all that. I'll play School. I ain't really got to work out to do that. That's what Dave told me. Now, y'all can jump on and tell me if I'm wrong about that. Verbatim what Dave said that Frank said. And I'm like, whoa. And so, you know, let me just put this out there too. Let me just put this out there too. Because I don't care. If you guys don't want me to know, I'm going to go right here and tell the people. Now, if y'all tell me not to say anything, I will not say anything. Eli went on live. Y'all saw it. And he was like, yeah, I don't want to play Lamar. I'm not about to be his revenge game. Well, it seemed like people ducking Lamar. Rightfully so, because I ain't trying to play Lamar right now. I saw he was looking. Actually, no, I'll be loving chasing the smoke. But basically, Eli was like, hey, look, I'm not trying to be his revenge game, but I'll play Scoop. So, like, is Scoop a lick? What's the deal? Did I miss something? Because the Scoop that I watched in the gym play, he was amazing. He was incredible, bro. It was incredible watching that. And so there's a lot of like little things happening behind the scenes, and I'm gonna make sure I put out this footage so y'all know that I'm not lying about none of this. But basically, word on the street, a Scoop is a lick. You can play against him, and you can get an easy dub on a pay-per-view and get your money. And so I hope Scoop, I hope you're watching. And I know Frank pretty much put it out there. I'm not about to try to sell this matchup and talk a bunch of trash, and I respect that. Scoob, on the other hand, is not on that vibe. He is not on that vibe. And so it's kind of interesting. Things are starting to unfold. And the way that I ask questions, I'm going to get something out of you. I'm going to get you to say something. But either way, it only matters what happens on the court. And there's proof of these two actually getting into it on the court. I want to make something very, very, very clear. These two don't dislike each other off the court. There's some feelings there on the court about how people conduct business, right? On the court, like basketball stuff. Off the court, they're cool. On the court, it's like, yo, like, play basketball. Stop talking about all this stuff. Like, if you're gonna play. I don't care about your age. If you step out here, play basketball. I don't care about none of the other stuff that you do. This is where School was on. And he made it very clear when I went and saw him. So I'm loving it. I got my, y'all seen that Michael Jackson meme when he eating popcorn? That's me. And that's all I want to be on this scene. Just somebody who instigates and watches good matchups. And the only way we're going to get good matches is if y'all support. So when you guys go to purchase this, you're going to spend the extra $5 joining on Android because they take $5. If you do it on a computer, you're going to save some bread. So save $5 when you purchase on the computer. Spend more when you purchase on your phone. Watch it on the big screen. Watch it on TV. It's going to be worth it. I'm going to make sure that it's worthwhile from my perspective. Anything that I can do, from documentaries to commentating, This is the new battle rap. This is the new UFC, and it's going to get there because you guys are supporting it. So make sure you guys cop a ticket early. If it was up to me, that price would jump up on the last day because I know y'all like to hustle. No, bro, listen, go support this because what's going to happen is if this goes well, and I'm going to make sure of this on both channels, that we start to get some of the matchups that you really want to see, not even on the pay-per-view. There's some of the matchups that are really good. And for the pay-per-views, I'll make sure that there actually some story behind it that is worth watching. This is worth watching, you guys. Even the Dom Darnell. Can we all agree on that? That's like set pretty good. There's actual real like competition. There's real bump because I don't know what's gonna happen. Am I the only person that hates playing against somebody shorter than me? Dom is normally shorter than everybody, but not in this matchup. So what's gonna happen with that? Darnell, we saw, I mean, Jay Lou started with blonde hair, and by the end of the game, his hair was black. It almost was fried off. And that's my dog. I love Jay Lou, but Darnell came in here and did his thing, and he was playing like he'd been playing. Now, in terms of Dom, like what's gonna happen? We're gonna cover all this stuff because I want to break down. This is what I'm about to do too, pretty soon. I'm gonna show how each player, all the other players' weaknesses. I don't care. And I hope they watch it. I'm gonna send a scouting report to both players. Who cares? And I'm gonna show you how to beat the other player. And so because I want to see a good game. I ain't trying to see no blowouts. So if you get smoked after I send you the scouting report, that just means you sorry. That had nothing to do with me. I'm gonna show you all the tendencies, and there's gonna be proof because I want this to go to a different level. Now, we're filming a new series coming up pretty soon. You're gonna see a Melvin Frazier. You're gonna see Ty. Who else we got back in there? Let me make sure before I say something. We got Scar, Nod, Nitty, Bruce, School. We got all the major players. Zay. Hopefully get Zay. Trey Holder. Trey Holder is a name that you guys don't know. I got a few players that I want to bring to the scene, but it's gonna get crazy pretty soon. Eric Holland, the twins from Eric Holland from Hoop Dreams, Tyler Hawkins, he's back. You have to get acclimated in the scene and this is one of the main reasons I do not know what's going to happen with that Nas and Briscoe because Briscoe has not played a one-on-one like he's getting ready to face now. Hey, look, you can say what you want. Hold on. You can keep this camera on me. There was a video of Lance Stevenson on a podcast with a player that's very good. And I've been watching. I think he plays in China. I was watching his footage. He's very good. I want to send this directly to all y'all pros. And basically it was like a shot at Rob, right? Like, I'm not losing to no YouTuber. You know who he sounds exactly like? He sounds exactly like Briscoe. He's basically saying this dude used to hang 40 points, all this whoop-de-whoop, like 40 points, with double teams guarding. First of all, this is one-on-one. 5-on-5 ain't got nothing to do with no one-on-one. It has nothing to do with it. So they're just pretty much it's not a shot at Rob. It's pretty much saying, I would never lose to a YouTuber. I would never lose to a guy at Rob. Listen, I'm going to tell all y'all pros this. I went up and played against Gerald Green. I watched Frigga play against Mauro Chalmers. I watched Hezzy play against Mauro Chalmers. I watched Frigga play against Brandon Rush. I watched Katino Mobley and one other NBA player play against 2-on-2 against Dom and Sec. I watch a lot. I'm one of the people that I started this stuff, the NBA First YouTube. You guys, the pros, have a losing record. And to be honest with you, a Rob and a Nas, these guys ain't YouTubers. They play pro. And this is what they do, right? This is all they do. So, like, here's a message to all y'all that feel a certain type of way. I want to make it very clear. Don't tell me, come show me. I don't care nothing about your 5-on-5. But I have a great amount of respect for what you guys do. I'll break down your games. I love what you do. I love players that play in the NBA. When I went and played against Bones, he wanted to play against me just as bad. It was just out of respect. It was just what he did. And he showed me that there's another level that a lot of people are not at. Come show us. Don't go on a podcast and come talking about all this. Oh, this is what I do and blah, blah, blah. It's cool. It's a difference of when You go through that condition. It's the difference when you don't know what you do to do with your timeouts or versus what you know what to do with your timeouts. So all y'all pros out there, I'm sending a message to y'all. Don't come and don't jump on a podcast. Don't jump on no live. Don't jump on no comment section. Don't jump on nothing. Come jump in the ring and play against somebody. Go play against a Nas. Go play against a Rob. Ty Lawson's doing it, playing against a Nesco. They tied. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all ain't accomplished what a Ty did in his career. Who played against a Steph Curry? Who played against a Derrick Rose? Who played against a Monte? Need I say more? So, like, the message and all, all in all, don't come telling me, come show us. Everybody's always trying to say something, come show something, right? All right, now for all you guys that are watching, you're watching live, and look down at that subscribe. If you're not subscribed, stop being weird. Come join us. When you're tired of visiting, come join us because we're doing great things and we need everybody's support over here. I want to give a huge thanks to everybody, Ballers Life in particular, for allowing me to be the commissioner of a lot of stuff that's getting ready to happen. If you take what I said offensively to any of the stuff, so what? Come prove it. All right, I'll see you guys soon on the next video.